Day 12. Yeah, look, I'm on a roll, so I'm just recording lots of these back to back. So the last session, the last video, I talked about cybersecurity and the fact that there's all these automations and tools running around trying to find weaknesses within your digital infrastructure. But I want to sort of touch on one of the oldest communication tools on the internet that we have, and that's email. Everyone that you talk to and everyone that you can communicate with in today's world will very likely have an email address, right? Especially anyone who's in business, they're going to have an email address of some kind that you can communicate with them. And email's not going away anytime soon. It's the most common protocol out there, protocol meaning communication, language, etc., on how we can communicate. It's been around since almost as long as the internet itself, and it works, right? It works. It's a way that we can ensure that we can deliver information to another person, and we're pretty confident it's going to get there, right? But there's a thing about email. It was designed back before the cybersecurity risks that we're facing today were even considered or thought of. It was created in a space where everyone who's connected to that particular network trusted everyone else. They were all there for the right reasons. There was no one trying to do all the malicious stuff we see all the time now. The other thing is that there's no inherent security within the protocol. We've added different things to try to protect it and make it more effective and to try to prevent fraud or impersonation of your emails. But ultimately, there is nothing there to stop me impersonating and sending an email as you. There's nothing that will prevent me from doing that, right? So if I had your email address, I could send an email as you, and there's zero things you can do to prevent that from happening. And the reason for this is that the security that we've created around email is predominantly managed and in the control of the person who receives your email. Don't get me wrong, there's a whole bunch of records and tools and markers that you do as part of setting that up, and any competent service provider will help you do that. And so that we can put a whole bunch of records in your DNS, which is the directory from the internet, how we find your email address, where to send emails to, where your website is, and a bunch of other things. It's stored in there, right? So what happens is you click send, and by the way, clicking send is kind of like, it's one of the few things out there where you click send and hope for a reply. There's no guarantee it's either going to get there or that someone will even bother respond to you, right? It's you send and hope. So that email, let's assume it gets to the other end. Now the server that gets it at the other end is going to use that information in your email to go back to that directory we talked about, look up a bunch of records and try to validate with some other information that's within the email record, the email itself, to validate with a high level of confidence that you actually sent it. So you're trusting the other party to verify that you're you and that you sent that email. It's crazy when you think about it. So that's email, right? It's just the way it works. Yet we send so much confidential information via email. We don't even think about it. When was the last time that you asked a client to send you a copy of some confidential document? I've done it. Everyone's done it at least one point. You don't even think about it because it looks like it's part of, and it's simple, and that when you put in the address, that's the only person that's going to get it. Well, here's the thing. Email itself, when it's sent, is sent in what's known as an unencrypted format. The best way of describing that is it's like a postcard. Now, it's not completely exposed to the internet and all that sort of stuff, but every hand it passes through has the ability to read the entire contents of that email, right? They have the ability to go and see everything. Like the postcard that you send, every person that picks that postcard up along its journey has a chance to read whatever was written on the back of that postcard. So bear that in mind whenever you're going to be sending emails. So you have to start thinking, at least from a security perspective, what type of sensitive information I'm sending, and just check yourself. Is this okay to go via this protocol? I like to describe that email is equivalent to stepping out your front door naked. No one's going to know anything about you, etc., unless they choose to look. Then they're going to know all about you, right? So before you hit that send, just put that little picture in your head to sort of go, is this safe to do so? Now, the other thing with email is that there's a bunch of additional records, as I mentioned and alluded to earlier. These are the ones that you're going to use to help protect your identity. And the reason all of this stuff exists, the reason this all exists, is that there are so many people out there that are trying to impersonate you, and they use that to be able to send a message that looks like it came from you, that someone will click on a bad link and suddenly they gain access to that company. It's called phishing, right? With a PH. Yeah, we like coming up with weird things. That's what phishing is about. They also can attach bad files, viruses and all that sort of stuff. Spam and other things that get you to go to a different site, and you insert your credit card and suddenly $1,000 is ripped out of your account before you know what's going on, as well as identity theft. Click on this link and go and reset your password because it's expired, right? These are the sorts of things that we need to be mindful of. And they use email to send this because it's completely insecure in the way that it's going. So if you look at the stats on how much these systems are filtering out, it is staggering. More than half of the emails that travel around the world are junk and have been deleted, and you don't even see them. The amount of stuff our spam filters pick up is crazy. So just a reminder, email isn't secure. It's not. You're relying on the third party. It's clicking send, hoping for a reply. Be mindful of sending or even asking someone to send confidential or sensitive information via email. Find another way. There's lots of different options out there that are really, really simple, and we really need to get this message out.